The Giannis Antetokounmpo trade story has been all over the place. Has he requested a trade? Does he want to be traded? Does he want to be a Knick? There's been reporting that you could really make the case that all of those things are true or potentially not true. But we just got some concrete details from Mark Stein as well as Jake Fischer that we got to talk about. But before we do, my question to all the real ones watching, because I think we all understand that adding Giannis to this team makes them better. But at what price? So I'll just phrase it like this. Would you trade the farm for Giannis? Type Y for yes, type N for no. All right, let's dive into it. Jake Fischer reporting that it is true that Giannis wants to be a Knick more so than any other team in the league. He wrote this in the Mark Stein Substack. Go support both of them. Fischer wrote, I wonder how much Antetokounmpo's widely presumed affinity for the Knicks would dissuade some general managers from ultimately putting their best offer down. It's true. There's a strong belief nationwide, league-wide, that Antetokounmpo desires one destination above all the rest in the event that he actually does fully ask out someday. I've even heard that the rowdy fan base gatherings outside the arena following playoff victories that the Knicks are known for have resonated, given his natural fondness for the emotionally charged support so prevalent for basketball and soccer clubs throughout Europe. I just need it at this point. I need to see Giannis in a New York Knicks jersey. It's good for the league. It's good for the Knicks. It's good for Giannis. And it is going to help this team in a major way win a championship, something they haven't done in almost 60 years. I think it's safe to say, though, at this point, if it is going to happen, if Giannis is going to be a Knick, especially during this season, he is not going to have to ask to be traded to the Knicks. He's not going to have to request a trade to the Knicks. He's going to have to take it one step further. He is going to have to force his way to the New York Knicks. Because obviously the Bucks don't want to trade him. But there has been so many different stories, so many different points in this saga that point to the fact that he wants to be a Knick. More inside info here from Jake Fischer. Giannis did a press conference early on in the or earlier before the season started in the offseason. He talked about how there were things that were temptations this offseason. And he was tempted to do this and tempted to do that, but it was the Knicks that was the temptation. It is being reported from Jake Fischer that, quote, after some further calls, I can confirm that the Knicks, as well as playing in Madison Square Garden, were the specific temptations that Giannis himself publicly acknowledged on Bucks Media Day as an outcome he pondered during the summer. So there we have it. Giannis has been talking about all these things. You go back to, I think it was the I Show Speed stream that they did together, where he was talking about, there was a lot of people this summer that are trying to convince me to go and play there. Then you have this, that there were temptations playing for the Knicks, playing at MSG, for the best fans in the world. Of course, when the Knicks are good, nobody else is relevant. No brand is bigger than the New York Knicks. Like, this isn't a town where basketball is the B-side of the album. No, basketball is front and center. You get one New York team. I don't give a shit about the Brooklyn Nets. You got the Knicks, and that's it. You got the Mets and the Jets. You got the Yankees and the Mets. You got the Knicks, and that's it. And no brand is bigger, especially when they are good. If I could talk to Giannis, I would ask him this question. What do you want? You're asking to be traded for the Bucks, I presume, for a couple of different reasons. But first and foremost, you don't believe that they can win a title this year. You don't believe in the decision makers in place to make the Milwaukee Bucks championship contenders. So if you want to win a ring, which I can promise you, you will never do again as a member of the Bucks, unless crazy things happen. If you want to win, I believe your best place to do so is the New York Knicks. If that's what you want, if you want to win a ring, the best place to do so is the Knicks. And the most impactful ring, which I believe you care about, I believe you care about legacy, and I believe you care about how your name is going to be talked about. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be so passive and so nice and so willing to work with the Bucks and give them chances to win, because you don't want to be painted as the guy like Kevin Durant who left his team and went to another big market to go and win. You care about how you're thought of. And if you do, which I believe you are, I'll just let you know a little bit of a secret. If you win the Knicks their first title in almost 60 years, you will be stamped as one of the 10 greatest players to ever play this sport. And I get that. You could probably say that for every other team, because you did have 2 rings and potentially 2 finals MVPs and 2 MVPs and a defensive player of the year. But a ring for the Knicks, and as I say this as a biased New York Knicks fan, that counts about like 2 for any other team. You would be the player that would bring the Knicks a title, that would bring them championship hardware they haven't had since Walt Clyde Frazier. You would go down as a New York Knicks legend, as a New York City legend, and as a basketball icon. And I can promise you this, those days of playing for the Bucks where you don't know if you're going to be able to contend every year, that would not happen with the New York Knicks any longer. If you were to pair yourself alongside Jalen Brunson for the next 8-9 years, you will be looked at as a duo that can win it all. If your Robin is Brunson, or if you want to say your Batman is Brunson, I think it would be a 1A, 1B partnership. You would have a chance to hoist the Larry O.B. every single year. Because every single year you would have 2 of the top 5 players in the Eastern Conference, and dare I even say the NBA. I want to go to this report from Mark Stein saying this. As trade season draws close, everyone is talking about Giannis. Even though, and I want to underline this, the Bucks continue to tell teams he's not available. We don't want your trade pitches. So it's this weird deal where the Bucks keep shouting into the wind. Listen to us. We don't want to talk trades with you about Giannis. And the rest of the league just ignores it and obsesses about him. I wonder why. I wonder why teams keep on calling the Bucks. There's no way he's available, right? Or there's no way that he requested a trade this summer, right? Or there's no way that he's openly talked about playing for the Knicks on multiple different occasions. This story is all over the place. You got Shams reporting back in August or September or October that he requested a trade, and he only wanted to be traded to the Knicks. Then you got Doc Rivers at his post-game presser saying, Giannis never said that. Giannis wants to be here. And you got Jake Fischer saying he wants to be a Knick. And you got these guys saying the Knicks aren't interested. This story is all over the place. And of course the Milwaukee Bucks are not going to say openly we want to trade for Giannis. Why would a team come out and say, yeah, we're looking to trade the 3rd best player in the NBA? Because as soon as you do that, the price point of Giannis, it falls off of a cliff. Because teams know he's available. And while teams may think he's available, there's a difference between the Bucks coming out and saying he is available instead of all the rumors that he is. It is at the point where Giannis is going to have to force a trade. Not request one, not ask for one, not put it in their mind. He doesn't want to be here. He needs to slam his fist on the table, stand 7 feet tall, look the Milwaukee Bucks in the eyes and saying, I am not going to ever play a game again for the Bucks. And I want to be traded. I need to be traded. I have to be traded. And it has to be to the New York Knicks. That is the way that he becomes a New York Knick. Does it happen? I don't know. Do I think there's a chance it happens? Yeah, I do think there is a good chance that he is traded, and if he is traded, he is going to be a Knick, because that's what he wants. And we are in the era of the NBA where players are empowered, and he can use his contract as leverage. He has just 1 more year guaranteed on his deal. And if he tells the Miami Heat, if he tells the Utah Jazz, the Brooklyn Nets, whatever team has enough money to sign him in free agency, if you tell him, I'm not signing with you, even with you if you trade for me, the teams aren't going to move heaven and earth for you. Maybe there's one. Maybe there's a Toronto Raptors team like there was in the Kawhi Leonard saga that's willing to do it. But there might be a team that saw that and learned from it and said, you haven't been relevant since Kawhi left. So if the Knicks want Giannis and Giannis wants the Knicks, he's going to have to force his way there. Going to have to demand his way there. That's the only way I see this happening, at least in the season. Now, if you wait until the offseason, the Knicks can offer a much better package. I do know this, though. If the Knicks make a move, we get any more Giannis updates, we're going to be breaking it down on this channel. So subscribe. Hit that big red sub button and lock us in as your one-stop shop for all things Knicks. Coming up next, we have a Miles McBride injury update that we got to get into, and I got some flowers to give for a player on the New York Knicks roster right now. But first, I got to tell you about our proud sponsor, DraftKings. We're only a few weeks in, and the NBA season is already wild. Stars are going off, rookies are making noise, and the action doesn't stop. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is where you can get in on all of it. Don't forget, the Emirates NBA Cup is rolling along. Big moments, big matchups, and a whole lot on the line. Don't miss out. Jump in and bet on the action today. New customers, bet just $5 and get $200 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KnicksChat. That's code KnicksChat. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. Miles McBride had to leave the game on Sunday in the win over the Orlando Magic due to an injury after laying it up and kind of got knocked to the ground. Kind of scary fall, and we didn't really know what the problem was. He was able to go to the free throw line, but after that, he subbed out of the game and did not return. Shout out to Christian Winfield, who does an awesome job covering the Knicks. He is reporting Miles McBride is going to get an MRI on his left ankle and is questionable for tomorrow against the Raptors for the in-season tournament. Karl-Anthony Towns was on court, did not play on Sunday with the team, but wasn't a full participant in practice as a precaution after injuring his calf. So TBD on if Karl-Anthony Towns is okay, how long he's going to be out. But wanted to kind of focus in here on Miles McBride, who has really been money for the New York Knicks. I mean, you talk about what he's done over the last handful of weeks. I mean, just to boil it down to the last 9 games prior to injury, the dude's averaging 16 points per game on almost 50% from the deck and 52.2% from three. Yeah, you read that right. 52.2% from downtown for Miles McBride, almost 8 threes per night. He is on fire. His confidence is at an all-time high, and his play and his production is the best it's been in his NBA career. Like, hopefully this is not a long-term injury for Deuce. 1, for Deuce's sake, but 2, for the Knicks. I'm not sure they can go weeks without Deuce at this point. He has become that important. He's become that much of an impact player, and he gives the Knicks just another weapon, another perimeter defender, another guy that can create his own shot, another guy that could be a demon in a catch-and-shoot scenario. Deuce McBride's breakout season is officially here, and we're hoping the MRI comes back with no red flags, and it's nothing but great news for him, this team. We're all thinking about you. We're all praying for you, Deuce. Hope everything is all right. Hopefully you're able to get back on the hardwood and produce for this team like you have all season long. I also want to give some flowers to Josh Hart, who I believe has been maybe the 3rd best player on the New York Knicks this year. Kind of a rocky start for him. Didn't know his role. Mike Brown has talked about he didn't know his role, didn't know the best way to use him. But over the last 11 games where Josh Hart is averaging 34.1 minutes per game, he's playing like an all-star. Averaging almost 15.5 points per game, 9 rebounds, nearly 6 assists. And the thing that I've been impressed the most about, which has always been the Achilles heel of Josh Hart, is his outside shot. He's letting it fly. He's got all the confidence in the world that every time he hoists one from deep, it's going in. On 4.7 attempts per game, he's shooting nearly 40.5% from 3. That takes this Knicks offense, that takes this Knicks team, and that takes his production to a whole nother level. And he's really been inserted back into the starting lineup due to injuries, some to Towns, some to OG. And I don't know how you take him out of the starting lineup. He does things for this team that just connects everybody. He is the super glue on this team. He holds everyone together. He raises the floor of everybody. And he's the junkyard dog. Like, he does all the things everybody else doesn't want to do. He's willing to defend. I thought his perimeter defense has been awesome this year. His finger may be pointing sideways, but it's the best and most confident I've seen him shoot the basketball since he first came to the Knicks in that trade from Portland. He's been awesome. Shout out to Josh Hart. Just an awesome attitude, awesome leadership, an even better teammate than he is player. He could have easily been down in the dumps and gone selfish mode when he was getting 18 minutes per game, but he knew good things were coming his way. And salute to you, Josh. We love having you on this team. Keep on thriving, man. We all love to see it. The in-season tournament kicks off for the New York Knicks tomorrow, December 9th, against the Toronto Raptors. TBD if RJ Barrett is going to play, but a big one for the Knicks. Hart talked about if you're a competitor, you want to win in anything you do in life, and I think the Knicks are motivated to win the in-season tournament. Going to be a lot of fun. We'll be live on the channel for it 30 minutes before tip-off, so subscribe. And if you want to beat the Raptors to advance to the semifinals of the in-season tournament with a chance to go to Las Vegas, hit that thumbs-up icon, and make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_.